close the door with the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike three.
Line into left field for a base hit.
Hit in the air. That's going to be the second baseman. They have a chance for two, and they got him.
Run, the throw is in time for the out.
Lifted high into left field. Ball is way back, and that ball is way gone.
Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Kindred, North Dakota. We're bringing you Babe Ruth baseball live from Kindred, North Dakota at Kindred Varsity Field. The Hankinson Hurricanes are in town in a mid-cast matchup to take on the Kindred Vikings. Kindred Vikings are 1-0 on the season with a win the other night against Castleton by a score of 3-1. Kindred Vikings come in and get ready to play some baseball. Hankinson Hurricanes made the drive up on this 86-degree day with a lot of wind. Winds blowing from the right field foul pole to the left field foul pole. And with that information, we'll take a quick break and we'll come back with your starting lineups for both the Hankinson Hurricanes and also the Kindred Vikings on yourliveevent.com.
Meet Blake, the messiest 4-year-old on the planet. He's no ordinary durability tester. Meet SmartStrand, no ordinary carpet. With all pet protection, it's the softest, most durable, easiest to clean carpet on the planet. When Blake's barn got a comfy makeover, SmartStrand came clean, even went up against a 2-ton rhino. Made to withstand all walks of life. Ask for SmartStrand, rhino tested, rhino approved.
Available at Carpet World, carpetworldfargo.com.
Buying, selling, or leasing commercial real estate or farmland in the Fargo-Moorhead and surrounding area? From office to retail, industrial to multifamily, commercial land to farmland. As the #1 commercial, sales, and leasing brokerage in the FM region, Goldmark Commercial has the experience and skills to handle all of your commercial real estate and farmland needs with the highest levels of customer service and marketing around. Trust the experts at Goldmark Commercial Real Estate to lead your team to success.
And welcome back. We'll go over your starting lineups. First for the Hankinson Hurricanes. Leading off for the Hurricanes and playing in center field will be number 10, Cade Hentz. Batting second and playing at shortstop will be Austin Jarabek. Batting third and catching will be Jax Hernandez. And batting cleanup and playing at first base will be Griffin Bowl. Tyson Falk bats fifth. He plays at third base. And batting sixth, and the extra hitter in tonight's lineup will be Gunnar Bladow. In left field and batting seventh, Camden Spinks. And batting eighth will be the pitcher, Trevor Furch. And playing in right field and batting ninth will be Alex Jones. And the designated hitter will be Damian Mauk. He'll be batting 10th. And playing at second base and not in the lineup, he'll be designated hit for, will be Joa Jarabek. So it looks like this: Hentz, Jarabek, Hernandez, Bowl, Falk, Bladow, Spinks, Furch, and Jean, and Mauk. Those are your 10 players in the batting order, and also adding Joa Jarabek into the Hankinson Hurricanes lineup. Now your starting lineup for the Kindred Vikings. Batting first and playing in center field will be number 10, Brady Baumgarten. Batting second and playing in left field tonight will be Brock Johnson. Batting third and playing shortstop, Fisher Johnson, no relation. Batting cleanup and playing at first base, Luke Starcevic. Batting fifth and pitching will be Tyler Grunwald. Batting sixth and catching is Graham Hess. Playing in right field and batting seventh, Jeremy Knight. And batting eighth and playing over at third base is Teague Erdman. Cade Westby bats ninth. He plays over at second base. So it looks like this for the Vikings: Baumgarten, Johnson, and Johnson. Starcevic, Grunwald, Hess, Knight, Erdman, and Westby. Head coach for the Kindred Vikings will be Nick Eggman. And the head coach for the Hurricanes is Zach Nelson. He's assisted by his brother, Cam Nelson. And they'll be running the coaching staff for the Kindred Vikings. At the end of this ball game, we will have the Todd Wold CPA post-game show for you.
For any accounting, from income tax planning, preparation, and consulting for individuals or businesses, you can go online to wold-cpa.com for more information.
So we're going to have some baseball here momentarily. Kindred Vikings, like I said, are 1-0 on the Babe Ruth. This is a mid-cast league matchup. Some baseball played last night in Fargo for the other 14 and 15U Babe Ruth teams. The blue team comes out victorious in both games that they played against the Fargo team. They win the first one by a score of 6-0, and they come back from a 4-0 deficit and come back and win that one by a score of 8-4. And I understand the white team also picked up a couple of victories, and so they went 2-0 in last night's matchup. So they're sitting pretty good. A lot of good Babe Ruth baseball being played last night. And how about the American Legion A team?
I saw it from his mom's camera. I did not watch your live event clip quite yet. But yeah, past all the screaming and yelling she was doing, it was a very proud moment for one Carrie Whipple, and I'm sure everybody, Bryce Whipple hitting that grand slam at the end of the game. That's a moment. That's a moment right there.
So the score at 3-2 in the bottom of the 7th inning. The Vikings are down by a score of 3-2, bases loaded. Bryce Whipple steps up and hits himself a grand slam to deep left field for the walk-off granny.
Yep, that's a memory made. And I saw a picture. He had the ball, so yeah, somebody tracked that down for him. What a little memento. Need to get a case for that one.
And the Legion comes back, and they win the second game of that doubleheader as well. So a lot of good baseball being played around the area.
Yeah, and then I want to remind everybody, too, mark your calendars. I'm going to say this a lot tonight because we want everybody out here. Wednesday, June 19th for the Poly Row benefit starting at 5 p.m. They're going to have pulled pork dinner, kids inflatable games, a dunk tank. I'm still trying to talk you into getting into that one. I don't know who I have to talk to get you into that one, but I'm still going to figure it out.
If it was tonight, I'd be in that dunk tank and hoping to get dunked.
Right.
It's a warm one today.
Yeah, I'm going to throw some cash at that one. And then at 5:30, we're going to watch Legion baseball against Kindred and Post 400. And so, we have some friends that follow Post 400, so I got to be texting and emailing and getting those guys out here. That'll be a good night. So Wednesday, June 19th, everybody mark your calendars and come on out to Kindred. We got a party going on for the Poly Row benefit starting at 5 p.m. that night with the dinner and the kids' games. I'm sure there's a lot more in store. I'm going to check on that as the night goes on and find out exactly what we have to do to figure out what all's going on that night. But it's going to be a good time. And then the Legion game after that at 5:30.
Again, Babe Ruth baseball coming up for you in just a few minutes. The head coaches are meeting with the umpires and exchanging the lineups. PA announcer Paul Quislin will momentarily bring you the starting lineups onto the field. Umpires in tonight's ball game, Josh Michelson is in town, and he'll do some umpiring, and Landon Peel will also be the umpire in tonight's ball game. I'm Mike Bernier along with Wendy Bernier. And again, we'll have some post-game show for you, wrap up. I talked to Coach Nick Eggman. He's going to come up and do a post-game interview for you, so we'll prep that. Unless we get somebody like Bryce Whipple hitting a walk-off grand slam, then we'll probably bring that player up, and Nick can stay down in the field.
Maybe we'll text and track him down too. If I can make it happen, we'll bring him on up.
Yeah, a lot of fun. So we're again getting ready to play some baseball. It is 86 degrees. The wind's blowing out pretty hard to from right field foul pole to left field foul pole, like I said before. And in the meantime, we'll take a quick break and we'll come back with baseball. You're listening to baseball on yourliveevent.com.
Green Earth Landscaping offers a full range of services including commercial and residential landscape design and installation, maintenance, sprinkler services, and snow removal for the winter season. From outdoor kitchens to patios, retaining walls, lighting, and anything in between, Green Earth Landscaping has you covered, servicing the Fargo-Moorhead area and beyond. For more information, go online to greenearthnd.com. That's greenearthnd.com.
Make your stop before or after the game at the Knickerbocker in Hankinson, North Dakota. Stop out throughout the week for mouth-watering lunch specials weekdays and mark Friday nights down on the calendar for prime rib, ribeye steak, or some walleye at the Knickerbocker. For more information or to find out about daily specials, give the Knickerbocker a like on Facebook by searching the Knickerbocker. Great food and good people. You can find it all at the Knickerbocker in Hankinson, North Dakota.
Your non-starters.
And again, Paul Quisling going over the starting lineups. Dan Nathan working on the scoreboard and trying to spin some tunes for the Kindred Vikings, playing a little walk-up song. Concession stand is open tonight.
Oh, yeah, they got a lot going on in concession stands. I'll tell you about that. Ice cream, that's what I went down and checked on earlier, and they do have the ice cream going on, and I think that's going to be a big seller for this evening. The malt cup, or your drumsticks. You could do that too. Drumsticks or a malt cup, some flavor ice.
I'm looking forward to a double cheeseburger tonight.
Well, they have that too. They have the seeds, the chips, the candy, the big freezes, M&Ms, Skittles. Peanut or plain, you can take your pick. We got them both. Hot dog, pizza, and that burger. Yes, the cheeseburgers are pretty good. Pretty good.
It's going to be a fun night. Tyler Grunwald will be on the mound for the Kindred Vikings. His battery mate will be Graham Hess. And rounding out the infield, Luke Starcevic is over at first base, and at second base will be Cade Westby. Teager Erdman plays over at third base, and at shortstop is Fisher Johnson. Rounding out the outfield from left to right, Brock Johnson's in left, Brady Baumgarten is in center field, and Jeremy Knight starting out in right field. And we'll take a break, and we'll have your first pitch for you with Babe Ruth Baseball on yourliveevent.com.
The county needs you may have, Todd R. World Certified Public Accountant has you covered. From income tax planning, preparation, and consulting for individuals and businesses. Todd Wold CPA would like to wish the best to the teams competing and thank the coaches and players for their hard work and dedication throughout the season on and off the field, as anything can happen every night at the Diamond. For more information, go online to wold-cpa.com. That's wold-cpa.com.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
Meet Blake, the messiest 4-year-old on the planet. He's no ordinary durability tester. Meet SmartStrand, no ordinary carpet. With all pet protection, it's the softest, most durable, easiest to clean carpet on the planet. When Blake's barn got a comfy makeover, SmartStrand came clean, even went up against a 2-ton rhino. Made to withstand all walks of life. Ask for SmartStrand, rhino tested, rhino approved.
Available at Carpet World, carpetworldfargo.com.
And welcome back. Cade Westby starting on the mound. Tall right-hander for the Kindred Vikings. Wears number 5. His battery mate again, Graham Hess. He'll face a 1-2-3 hitters for the Hankinson Hurricanes. In town to play some baseball. What did I say?
Westby.
I said Westby?
Yeah.
It's Tyler Grunwald. I don't know why I said Westby.
Yep.
I know it's Tyler Grunwald.
I know. I looked up and I'm like, wait a minute. Wait a minute here.
I could have swore that's what I said, but it's Tyler Grunwald, the starting pitcher. Batting first for the Hurricanes, the center fielder, Cade Hentz. He'll step to the plate, right-handed hitter, as Tyler Grunwald takes his warm-up tosses.
I'm here to keep you straight.
Beautiful day in Kindred.
It is. It's warm out today. The pool, we drove by the pool coming into town. Everybody was in it. I think the entire community is over there in the pool, and hopefully they'll cool off and head over here to baseball and get their ice cream, their chips, their burgers. The grill was going. The burgers were sizzling.
Beautiful night to watch some baseball. The wind is blowing hard, kind of cooling things down a little bit. It feels good outside, and it feels like a summer day. Beautiful out.
Leading off the top of the first for the Hurricanes, number 10.
Right-handed hitting, Cade Hentz steps to the plate. Grunwald looks in, gets his sign from his catcher, Hess. Kicks and fires. First pitch, in there, strike one.
First pitch, 6:06.
You heard Paul Quislen, 6:06, your first pitch time. And here's the 0-1. Fastball, down low and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. We'll keep you updated on the count and the number of pitches that the pitchers throw throughout the night. Do have the scoreboard on display for you. Swing and a miss. Count rolls along at 1 ball and 2 strikes. And here's a 1-2 delivery. Swing and a foul to the screen.
And that one stayed in the ballpark, but the little kids, when it gets out of the ballpark, they're racing for it because they get a free little piece of candy over at the concession stand.
And the pitch from Grunwald, the swing and a drive down the left field line, and it's going to drift just foul. Tell you what, the wind had a lot of effect on that baseball. As you hit it hard towards the lines, it's always going to curve towards the lines. But that looked like it was going to be a fair ball, but the wind just kind of curved it around, fortunately for the Vikings, so that landed foul. Otherwise, that's extra base hits down the left field line. And the breaking ball swung and fouled at the plate. Count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. Outfield playing fairly shallow. Brady Baumgarten in fairly shallow, but straight away otherwise. And the pitch, off-speed pitch, upstairs, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Third, 5, let's go.
And here's a 2-2. Fastball swung up and just missed the press box. I would say that was about, 3 feet above the opening of the window.
Yeah, I couldn't quite see it because of this little wall in my way, but everybody up here ducked. Everybody to my left ducked, so I knew it had to be close.
Came up here with some giddy up on it as well. So I don't know if I would have tried to catch that one or not. I might have taken my hand off.
Ah, you were all ducking. I saw you.
The 2-2 pitch was upstairs, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Westby trying to win the battle. Austin Jarbeck is on deck. And the 3-2 swing and a miss. He struck him out. And there's 1 away.
Grunwald gets strikeout number 1 in the ninth. First out of the inning. Brings up number 41, shortstop.
A 10-pitch at-bat for the center fielder. But he does go down on strikes for the first out of the inning. Austin Jarbeck steps to the plate. He's a shortstop. And here's a pitch. Fastball is in there, strike 1.
Up the zone now, let's go.
Ballpark looks gorgeous. A lot of green grass. And here's the 0-1. Fastball over, strike 2. And here's the 0-2 delivery from number 5. Swinging a ground ball over to T. Girdman. He's got it across the diamond in time for the out. Luke Starcevic there to make the catch. And there's 2 away.
Brings up number 1, catcher, Jax Hernandez.
Jax Hernandez steps to the plate. He's a catcher in tonight's ball game for the Hurricanes. Hernandez stands in about the middle of the batter's box. Swinging a foul at the plate. 0-1 the count. Nobody on, 2 outs. Here's a pitch. Fastball in and low. 1 ball and 1 strike. Just getting started. Top of the first inning. Babe Ruth baseball in the Mid-Cast League. Swinging a high pop fly in the infield on the left side. Fisher Johnson, the shortstop's got it measured. He makes a catch. And the Hurricanes go down 1-2-3 in the top of the first inning. Vikings coming to bat on yourliveevent.com.
Buying, selling, or leasing commercial real estate or farmland in the Fargo-Moorhead and surrounding area? From office to retail, industrial to multifamily, commercial land to farmland. As the #1 commercial, sales, and leasing brokerage in the FM region, Goldmark Commercial has the experience and skills to handle all of your commercial real estate and farmland needs with the highest levels of customer service and marketing around. Trust the experts at Goldmark Commercial Real Estate to lead your team to success.
For any accounting needs you may have, Todd Our World Certified Public Accountant has you covered. From income tax planning, preparation, and consulting for individuals and businesses. Todd Wold CPA would like to wish the best to the teams competing and thank the coaches and players for their hard work and dedication throughout the season on and off the field, as anything can happen every night at the Diamond. For more information, go online to wold-cpa.com. That's wold-cpa.com.
Kindred Vikings coming to bat. They'll send Brady Baumgarten, Brock Jackson, and Fisher Johnson to the plate against a big, tall right-hander wearing number 22. For the Hurricanes, Trevor Furch. Trevor Furch, like I said, a big, tall, stocky right-handed pitcher. Brady Baumgarten will step to the plate in his second year in the Mid-Cast League for Babe Ruth. So getting ready for this matchup. I'm Mike Bernier along with Wendy Bernier.
Good evening.
It's going to be some fun baseball. We're just getting started on the season, so we've had some exciting baseball, like we mentioned earlier in the broadcast. The Legion baseball team winning on a walk-off grand slam. And
yeah, I just got word that Mr. Bryce Whipple cannot join us. He is over at Thunder Road taking some
batting practice?
Well, I don't know what he's doing there, but hanging out, I'm sure, having a good time. So he won't be able to come up and join us. They played this afternoon, too, so he's probably a little tired this afternoon, I would assume. These guys just go and go and go.
Yep.
I get tired watching them.
Well, a lot of these guys coach, too. So
they do. Yep.
Grant Spellhog had to be at the ball game last night, so had some dads fill in as coach, and that's a good thing. So when they're not playing, they're coming out here to coach as well and coach some of these younger kids coming up, and it's good to see. It's good to see them get some experience coaching.
And the kids look up to them. It's nice for the younger guys to be able to have that interaction.
Yeah, it's awesome. Brady Baumgarten steps to the plate. Good, solid right-handed hitter. Takes inside, ball one, nearly hit him. Tyler Grunwald threw 16 pitches in that first inning, in that 1-2-3 inning in the top of the first. And here's a pitch from Furch. Kind of an off-speed, over for strike one. Got the concession stand workers coming up here and asking us if they need anything. That's very nice of them. Ollie coming up here.
Yep, checking on us.
Yeah.
I don't think we can do those kind of orders, but he was willing to run and get us something. Thanks, Ollie.
Here's a 2-1 delivery. Swinging a line drive down the left field line. This should be extra bases for Brady. He rounds first hard, and he's on his way into second base, and he'll be in there with a stand-up double and a leadoff double for the Vikings. Brady hit that ball hard. Brings up Brock Johnson. Brock looking to get the Vikings an early lead. Just getting started, bottom of the first inning. And here's a pitch from Furch. Baumgarten takes off, and he'll make it safely as a ball gets away from the catcher.
Baumgarten steals third.
Hernandez. So a stolen base for Baumgarten. Got a very good jump. I don't think there's any chance for Hernandez to throw him out. No fault of Hernandez at all. The pitch was down and away, so it's ball one to Brock Johnson. The corners will play in as well as shortstop. Here's a foul back to the screen. Count rolls along at 1-1. Fisher Johnson waits on deck. They're in on the corners, slightly about even with the bag, I should say. Third baseman sneaking in a little bit in Falk. And here's a 1-1 delivery up. 2 balls and 1 strike. Brock's got some power. Here's a 2-1 delivery. Outside, 3 balls and 1 strike. Good hitters count here for Brock Johnson. Here's a 3-1 delivery from Furch. In there, strike 2. If you hear that camera clicking, that's
hearing
Wendy.
it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, that's fine. She's running the camera for this ball game. She's running the controls, playing all the ads, playing all that other good stuff, and now she's
sneaking in a couple pictures of Brady over there on third. I've been taking pictures of these guys since they were tiny.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I don't know if they always love the pictures, but their moms seem to. No, they do. They seek them out. Wendy, did you get any tough pictures of me? So I don't know what that really means. I don't know all their slang words, but I got a good picture. Yeah, that's what I mean, they say sometimes.
Brock Johnson takes a walk on a ball way up top. Runners in first and third with nobody out. Brock Johnson takes off from first. Throw back to the pitcher, cut off by Furch. And Brock Johnson steals second base. So 2 steals already for the Vikings. Brock got a good jump on that one as well. And here's a 1-0 delivery. Swinging a high drive to right center field. This is going to be trouble. Actually, the center fielder runs over and makes a catch in Hentz. And Baumgarten did tag up, and he'll reach safely on the sacrifice fly by Fisher Johnson. So he hit the ball hard for the first out of the inning. Gets himself a run batted in, not charged with an at-bat as Brady comes across to score. Brock Johnson stays at second base. That'll bring up the cleanup hitter, first baseman Luke Starcevic. And the pitch, outside, ball 1. A lot of these guys were on the 2023 state football championship team. Fun to watch. Here's a 1-0 delivery, fastball, swing and a miss. Throw down to third base as Brock Johnson got a very good jump, and he steals third base.
Yeah, talking about their pictures, some of these guys, I went over and got pictures of the little Pee-wee rookie squirts guys. Man, they're cute. They're just getting started, but they're doing big things over at the Little League field. So if you ever walking through the park and those games are going on, it's an entertaining place to stop and watch the little guys play some ball.
Here's a 1-1 outside, 2 balls and 1 strike. Vikings lead it early on. It's 1-0. Scored their run on that sacrifice fly just now by Fisher Johnson. Fisher hit that ball hard, but it hung up against the wind. Here's a 2-1 delivery, swinging a high pop fly, shallow right field. In fact, it's over in the infield, and the wind just kind of wreaked havoc on that one. And the first baseman, Bull, had trouble with it. It lands foul. So it's a lot of action on the field for strike 2. High pop fly into foul territory. I thought it was going to drift out to right field, but the wind just kind of knocked it down. And
yeah, it's kind of all over the place. The flag blows one way and then the other way. It must be swirling around a little bit.
So here's a 2-2 delivery from Furch. Where's number 22? The right-hander kicks, fires, swinging a hard ground ball up to the shortstop Jarbeck. He's got it. He's going to throw over to first base in time to get Starcevic. Brock Johnson does come across to score to make it 2-0 for the Vikings. So it's a 6-3 put out for the second out of the inning. Luke Starcevic gets credit for a run batted in. and it's 2-0 for the Vikings. So being aggressive on the base pass certainly paid off for the Vikings. This brings up the pitcher, Tyler Grunwald. Fifth batter in the lineup for the Vikes. 18 pitches now for the starting pitcher, Furch. And here's a 1-0. Swinging a line drive base hit into left field. Grunwald hit it hard. Now it's fumbled out in the outfield, and he's going to get away, and he's going to make it into second base.
He slid head first. I thought he was going to come up a little short of the base, but he got there. Lost his helmet in the process. Well, he's dusting himself off, get that helmet back on.
It's a base hit. The official scoring on that is a base hit to left field, and charged the left fielder with an error for Tyler to reach second base. So a runner in scoring position. Vikings have their second hit of the inning. Graham Hess will step to the plate. Where's number 4? He's catching in tonight's ball game. There is a 5-inning game after this one as part of a doubleheader. We will not have that on yourliveevent.com.
So you have to come out to the ballpark, get a burger, and watch it in person.
Swinging a line drive foul down the left field line, strike one. Hess hit it hard. Graham Hess, his older brother Sawyer Hess, plays on the B Legion team. And here's the 0-1 delivery from the right-hander. Off speed up, upstairs, 1 ball, 1 strike. 21 pitches now for Furch. Here's a 1-1 delivery from the righty. Swinging a line drive into center field. He's got a measure, does Hentz, and he makes a catch out in center field. A line drive, very hard hit ball by Hess. That's the third out of the inning. But they do come up with a couple of runs on a couple of hits. There was an error and 1 runner left on base. At the end of 1 inning complete, the Kindred Vikings lead it by a score of 2-0 on yourliveevent.com.
At Green Earth Landscaping, quality is what they strive for, no matter the project. From putting in an automatic lawn sprinkler system to making a new or revamping an existing fire pit or patio. From tree care, pruning to growing annual flowers, Green Earth Landscaping can answer your questions. Green Earth Landscaping, covering the Fargo-Moorhead area and beyond. For more information, go online to greenearthnd.com. That's greenearthnd.com.
Check out the YourLiveEvent.com free stage powered by Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Inc. at the Red River Valley Fair with a full lineup of great performers and shows each day. You'll enjoy live entertainment from Quick 56, Ashley Weiland, Slamabama, and more. The Red River Valley Fair is 3 weekends from June 28th through the 30th, July 4th through the 7th, and July 11th through the 14th. For entertainment schedules and more information on the YourLiveEvent.com free stage, check out RedRiverValleyFair.com. That's RedRiverValleyFair.com.
Back to Kindred for a in-game update brought to you by Goldmark.
From commercial land to farmland, Goldmark Commercial has the skills to handle all of your commercial real estate and farmland requests. Go online to goldmarkcommercial.com for more information.
Kindred Vikings lead it by a score of 2-0. We head to the top of the first inning. Vikings got their runs. On a sacrifice fly by Fisher Johnson, that scored Brady Baumgarten, and then an RBI groundout by Luke Storcevic scored Brock Johnson to make it 2-0. The Vikings with 3 stolen bases in that first inning, being very aggressive on the base paths, and it paid off, helping to allow the Vikings to come up with those couple of runs. Hankinson Hurricanes went down 1-2-3 in the top of the first inning, so they'll send their 4, 5, and 6 hitters to the plate. Griffin Bowl, Tyson Falk, and Gunnar Blado.
For Hankinson here in the second, number 20.
Again, Zach Nelson, the head coach, coaching over at third base, and the assistant coach, Cam Nelson, coaching down the first base line. First pitch to Griffin Bowl is up. 1 ball, no strikes. Tyler Grunwald on the mound. And here's a 1-0 pitch. Fastball swung on and missed. Strike one. One ball and one strike. Grunwald pitching out of the full windup. Swing and a foul tip at the plate. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Fastball. Called strike 3, but it gets away from Hess. He's going to have to make a throw down to first base. Here it comes, and it's scooped out of the dirt nicely by Starcevic. And so Bull does go on down on strikes. There's a 2-3 put out for the first out.
And Fisher lost his hat. Shortstop's running across the field chasing that hat.
Yeah, wind's blowing pretty hard. 86 degrees at game time with strong winds. Again, if you can see the flagpole out there, it's blowing from the right foul pole to the left foul pole for the most part.
Yeah, it's kind of whipping around.
Tyson Falk, the third baseman, steps to the plate. First pitch misses inside. It's 1 ball and no strikes. And the pitch from Grunwald, fastball over, strike 1. 22 pitches now for Grunwald. Furch in that first inning threw 22 pitches. Here's a 1-1, swing and a miss, strike 2, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Tyson Falk, the batter, third baseman, wears number 3, right-handed hitter. Stands right in the middle of that batter's box. Here's a pitch in the dirt, nearly hit him. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And here's a 2-2 delivery, fastball upstairs, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Grunwald looking to set down the first 5 mini faces. And here's a pitch, fouled over the screen down the first base line. Count remains full.
The concession stand for a treat and bring it back to the home patio and put them in this room.
Lots of sun, lots of warmth. Good day for a baseball game. Come on out and watch some baseball. Ground ball out to the shortstop. Fisher Johnson has it, fires across the diamond in time for the out. 6-3 put out, and there's 2 away. And that brings up Gunnar Bladow. He's the extra hitter in tonight's ball game. Big man wears number 44. Fastball in the dirt. 1 ball and no strikes. And the pitch from Grunwald. Fastball over, strike 1. Mike Bernier along with Wendy Bernier bringing you baseball.
Good evening.
Babe Ruth baseball. Fastball is up, 2 balls and 1 strike. And here's a 2-1 delivery. That one's over for strike 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Grunwald to set down the first 5 innings faced. And here's a 2-2 delivery. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 struck him out. Set down the first 6 innings faced in his 3rd strikeout of the ball game. So at the end of 1.5, the Vikings lead at 2-0. They're coming to bat in the bottom of the 2nd on YourLiveEvent.com.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ. 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Meet Blake, the messiest 4-year-old on the planet. He's no ordinary durability tester. Meet Smartstrand, no ordinary carpet. With all pet protection, it's the softest, most durable, easiest to clean carpet on the planet. When Blake's barn got a comfy makeover, Smartstrand came clean, even went up against a 2-ton rhino. Made to withstand all walks of life. Ask for Smartstrand, rhino tested, rhino approved.
Available at Carpet World, carpetworldfargo.com.
Kindred Vikings coming to bat. They'll send up the 7, 8, 9 hitters in the bottom of the second inning to face the right-handed pitcher, Trevor Furch. Vikings did score 2 runs in the bottom of the second inning for that 2-0 lead. Jeremy Knight, followed by Teague Erdman and Cade Westby, will bat. Bottom of the second inning. Trying to improve on their 1-0 record. Jeremy Knight, the right fielder, steps to the plate. Left-handed hitter wears number 2. Trevor Furch throws out of the stretch at all times, whether there's runners on base or not. And the righty kicks, fires, swinging a line drive into shallow right center field. That falls in there for a base hit. Nice solid line drive single for Knight. And the leadoff hitter is aboard.
And brings up number 9, third baseman Teague Erdman.
Teague Erdman steps to the plate. Vikings have been very aggressive on the base paths. Let's see if Knight gets himself a good jump and tries to steal second base. He does not go. The pitch is outside. 1-0 is the count to Teague Erdman.
Teague also played with the Babe Ruth white team last night, so he got some extra at-bats in last night. So hopefully he'll be all loosened up, ready to go today.
The white team won both ends of a doubleheader. And Knight takes off. The pitch is down low. Throw down to second base is not in time. Vikings with 4 stolen bases on the night already.
And the Babe Ruth Bloop team also played last night.
Yeah. Came away with 2 victories as well. 6-0 and 8-4. Played some good baseball last night. Fun to watch. Here's a 2-0 delivery from Furch. Outside, 3 balls and no strikes to Teague Erdman. Cade Westby awaits on deck. Again, we'll have the Todd Wold CPA post-game show for you at the end of the ball game. Nick Eggman said he'd come up and do a quick little interview for us on the post-game show. And it's a 4-pitch walk to Erdman. Puts runners at first and second with nobody out. And Cade Westby steps to the plate. Let's see if early on Coach Nick Eggman decides to have Westby lay down a bunt here and move the runners up into scoring position. A couple different philosophies on that. You move the runners up into scoring position, but you give yourself up and out. No signs of bunting as Westby takes outside ball 1. The other school of thought is the pitcher gave up a line drive hit. He walked the next batter. You don't want to give him an out. And here's a 1-1, or 1-0, swung on and missed. Now the count is 1-1. So Westby swung through that one, but the bunt could still be on. No signs of bunting. Here's a pitch, swinging a line drive into shallow right center field. That's going to fall in there for a base hit. And the ball got away from Hentz out in center field, and then now the ball gets away into the infield. But no runners advance other than the 1 base on the single, so the Vikings load up the bases with nobody out. And back to the top of the order, Brady Baumgarten steps to the plate. He laced a double down the left field line in the first inning to start things out, and later came around to score on the sacrifice fly by Fisher Johnson. 4 hits now for the Vikings. And here's a pitch. Misses. 1 ball and no strike. 30 pitches now for Trevor Furch, the starting pitcher for the Hurricanes. And here's a 1-0. Swinging a hard ground ball into the hole on the left side. That'll score 1 run. Erdman is held up at third base. So a solid single in the left field scores Jeremy Knight. And the Vikings have themselves a 3-0 lead.
17, left fielder Brock Johnson.
Brock Johnson steps to the plate. Baumgarten is 2 for 2. single and a double, and now a run batted in. Bases are still loaded. There's still nobody out. Brock Johnson walked in the first inning, stole a couple of bases, and came around to score on a ground out by Luke Starcevic. 3 runs on the 5 hits now for the Vikings. And here's the pitch. Outside, 2 balls and no strikes. Nowhere to put them. And here's a 2-0 delivery from the righty. Outside and in the dirt, 3 balls and no strikes. Fisher Johnson awaits on deck. The infield playing in for the Hurricanes, trying to choke off that run at the plate. See if they can't get themselves a double play. Trying something here. And here's a 3-0 way upstairs. And Brock Johnson gets himself an easy run batted in with a second walk to the ball game. Erdman comes across the score to make it 4-0. Westby moves up to third. Baumgarten up to second base, and Fisher Johnson steps with the plate. No official at bat. He had a sacrifice fly, hard hit ball into right center field, and we're going to have a pitching change as looks like the catcher's going to come into the game to do some pitching. So Coach Zach Nelson has seen enough of his starter and wants to make a change out on the field. So we'll take a break and come back, and we'll have an in-game update from you from Goldmark.
Buying, selling, or leasing commercial real estate or farmland in the Fargo-Moorhead and surrounding area? From office to retail, industrial to multifamily, commercial land to farmland. As the #1 commercial, sales, and leasing brokerage in the FM region, Goldmark Commercial has the experience and skills to handle all of your commercial real estate and farmland needs with the highest levels of customer service and marketing around. Trust the experts at Goldmark Commercial Real Estate to lead your team to success.
Green Earth Landscaping offers a full range of services including commercial and residential landscape design and installation, maintenance, sprinkler services, and snow removal for the winter season. From outdoor kitchens to patios, retaining walls, lighting, and anything in between, Green Earth Landscaping has you covered, servicing the Fargo-Moorhead area and beyond. For more information, go online to greenearthnd.com. That's greenearthnd.com.
Make your stop before or after the game at the Knickerbocker in Hankinson, North Dakota. Stop out throughout the week for mouth-watering lunch specials weekdays and mark Friday nights down on the calendar for prime rib, ribeye steak, or some walleye at the Knickerbocker. For more information or to find out about daily specials, give the Knickerbocker a like on Facebook by searching the Knickerbocker. Great food and good people. You can find it all at the Knickerbocker in Hankinson, North Dakota. For any accounting needs you may have, Todd Our World Certified Public Accountant has you covered. From income tax planning, preparation, and consulting for individuals and businesses. Todd Wold CPA would like to wish the best to the teams competing and thank the coaches and players for their hard work and dedication throughout the season on and off the field, as anything can happen every night at the Diamond. For more information, go online to wold-cpa.com. That's wold-cpa.com.
Now pitching will be number 41, Austin Jarbeck.
And Austin Jarbeck comes on to pitch. He's the starting shortstop, so he'll come on to pitch. And we're ready to go. Fastball swinging a high pop fly on the left side. That's going to be trouble, and that falls in there for a hit. And the runners will advance, and the Vikings will get themselves another run on a bloop single to left field by Fisher Johnson. Gets his second run batted into the ball game. On your Goldmark update.
From commercial land to farmland, Goldmark Commercial has the skills to handle all of your commercial real estate and farmland requests. Go online to goldmarkcommercial.com for more information.
Kindred Vikings lead it by a score of 5-0. And they're piling on some runs here. They dropped 2 runs in the bottom of the first inning And now they have 3 runs across and nobody out, and the base is loaded with Luke Starcevic at the plate. He fouls the first one off, takes ball 1. So Jarabek, the shortstop, comes on to pitch. Furch, the pitcher, moves over to third base. And there's some other changes as well, but I didn't catch them all. So here's a 1-1 delivery. That misses inside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Austin Jarabek, right-hander, kicks and fires. Line drive down the left field line. That's down for a hit. That'll score 1 more run. A line drive RBI single for Starcevic. His second run batted into the night as well. Scores Baumgarten. Brock Johnson moves up to third base. Fisher Johnson up to second base. Bases still loaded, still nobody out. 6 runs on 7 hits for the Vikings. Tyler Grunwald steps to the plate. He's singled to center field. There's a line drive foul down the third base line. Strike 1. Very quickly moving along here as the Vikings are piling up some runs. Furch still responsible for the runner on third base, and Brock Johnson. Strike 2 called to Tyler Grunwald. Here's the 0-2 delivery from Jarabek. Off speed, grounded over towards third. Fielded by Furch. He steps on the bag. Fires across the diamond. Not scooped out of the dirt. And that'll advance runners as Starcevic is going to round third and come over to home and score another run. So it's going to be a fielder's choice. Grunwald reaches on a fielder's choice, advances to second base on the error by the third baseman. He will get credit for a run batted in, as Brock Johnson would have scored anyway.
Brock Johnson along with Luke Starcevic coming to score.
So Fisher Johnson is out at third base, 5 unassisted for the first out of the inning. Starcevic comes across a score on that same error. And Grunwald again moves up to second base, and now the Vikings will bat around as Graham Hess steps to the plate. And the Vikings have themselves an 8-0 lead. Courtesy runner, Jack Savageau, comes on to run for Tyler Grunwald. Courtesy running for the pitcher. Hess is 0 for 1. He hit a hard line drive out to center field. Caught by the center fielder Hens, so he's 0 for 1. And the pitch, off speed, swinging a high pop fly into left field. And the left fielder's got it. He makes the catch. That spinks out in left field. And there's 2 down.
Number 2, right fielder, Jeremy Knight.
So we come back around to Jeremy Knight. He started this whole thing with a line drive single to lead off the top of the bottom of the second. Jarabek's pitch is hit hard over towards first base. Bowl has it. He goes over and steps on the bag, and it's a 3 unassisted putout. Vikings come up big. They drop 6 runs on the Hurricanes in the bottom of the second inning and pound out a number of hits, and they lead it by a score of 8-0 on yourliveevent.com.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
And welcome back. We head to the bottom of the third inning. Here's your in-game update.
From commercial land to farmland, Goldmark Commercial has the skills to handle all of your commercial real estate and farmland requests. Go online to goldmarkcommercial.com for more information.
In-game update, the Kindred Vikings lead it by a score of 8-0. They pound out a couple of runs in the bottom of the first inning and then pound out 6 more in the bottom of the second inning and chase the starting pitcher, Trevor Furch. So that ends the line on him. All of the runs will be charged to Furch, the starting pitcher. And again, the Kindred Vikings on top with 8 runs on 7 hits in this ball game, being very aggressive on the base paths. And let's hear it for Tyler Grunwald. Tyler Grunwald has faced 6 batters, set them all down. He struck out 3 of them, and he'll face a 7, 8, 9 hitters. In the top of the third inning, it's Camden Spinks, the left fielder. I believe he was a left-handed hitter. There might have been a change. He might be playing a different position now. We haven't caught all of the changes. Camden Spinks wears double zeros. Takes a second pitch inside, 2 balls and no strikes. The Hurricanes have Spinks batting, who wears double zeros, and they have Damian Mauk, who wears 0. Here's a 2-0 fastball, over and swung on and missed. 2 balls and 1 strike. Hurricanes batting 10 in this lineup. 2-1 is a fastball away, 3 balls and 1 strike. Here's the 3-1, swinging a foul over the screen, into the evergreens, into Gilbertson Park. It's a 3-2 count.
The little kids will go get that one because for every foul ball, they get a little piece of Laffy Taffy.
Here's a full count pitch from Tyler Grunwald. The righty kicks and fires fastball away, and he allows his first batter to reach base on a walk to Spinks. Trevor Furch, again the starting pitcher, is moved over to third base now. He bats, and so Tyler Grunwald will pitch out of the stretch for the first time in this ballgame. 8-0 lead for the Vikings, top of the third inning. 38 pitches now for Tyler Grunwald. Pitch count's looking very good. And the pitch outside, 1-0 the count. Here's Grunwald pitching out of the stretch. Gets his sign from his catcher, Hess. Fastball, shows bunt. Throw down to first base, or second base, I should say, is not in time. And down by 8 runs, Spink steals second base. The pitch was a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike is the count to Trevor Furch. Alex Jean awaits on deck. And the pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2. What a beautiful night for baseball. Of course, baseball fans think every night's a good night for baseball. Rain or shine. Here's a 1-2. Fastball called, strike 3. And Furch goes down on strikes for the first out of the inning, and Grunwald records his 4th strikeout of the ball game. Right fielder Alex Jean steps to the plate. He's the 9th batter in the lineup. They do bat 10 in this lineup with a designated hitter and an extra hitter. So there's 1 down, runner on second base. And here's a pitch from Grunwald. Fastball is over, strike 1. Beautiful thing about baseball, hearing all the talking going down on the field, defensive arrangements, offensive plays. Here's a pitch from Grunwald, fastball over, strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes. Damian Mauk awaits on deck for the Hankinson Hurricanes. Here's the 0-2 delivery from Tyler Grunwald. Fastball, swing and a miss, strike 3. And it gets away from Hess, and Jean is going to reach after the strikeout. Spinks does move up to third base. I think we'll have to give Hess a pass ball on that one. So Grunwald does get credit for another strikeout. However, a pass ball allows Gene to reach first base as he didn't catch the third strike. Here's number 0, Damian Mauk, the designated hitter. Has runners on first and third, 1 out. Still no hits allowed by Grunwald. And here's a pitch, over strike 1, throw back to the mound, cut off by Grunwald, and Alex Jean steals second base. Runners now on second and third. Pitch was a strike. Here's the 0-1. Fastball grounded over towards third base, and it bounces over the glove of Erdman, but Fisher Johnson's there, and he fires over to first base in time for the out. Starcevic there to make the catch. It's a 6-3 putout. Second out of the inning. Spinks does come across to score, and Mauk will get credit for a run batted in. Gene is still over at second base, so it's an 8-1 ball game as Hankinson gets their first run across. And here's a pitch, fastball up, back to the top of the order. Cade Hentz, the batter. I believe Cade Hentz is catching. So Paul Quisling saying yes he is. So he's the new catcher. Swinging a line drive down the left field line. That's fair, and that's going to score a run, and Hentz is going to have an extra base hit at least. He goes into second base standing. An RBI stand-up double, the first hit for Hankinson. RBI double makes it 8-2 in the favor of the Vikings as Alex Jean comes across the score on the double. And Hankinson picks up their first hit of the ball game, cuts the lead down to 6. First pitch to Austin Jerbeck is outside, ball 1. Jerbeck started at shortstop. He's now the pitcher. Jerbeck is 0 for 1 with a ground out. Here's a 1-0 pitch, and it hit him. Hit by pitch, put runners at first and second base, and Jax Hernandez will step to the plate. That caught him, I believe, in the wrist or elbow area somewhere. Hurts a lot to get hit in the hands and the wrist and the elbow, forearm area. A lot of pain, and unfortunately, there's nothing you can do about it. Just kind of wait it out and hope it goes away. So Jarbeck taking his time, talking with his coach.
We'll take this moment to remind everybody to come out to the field on Wednesday, June 19th for the Poly Row benefit starting at 5 p.m. Can enjoy a pulled pork dinner, kids inflatable games, a dunk tank, and much more. Legion Baseball, Kindred will host Post 400 starting at 5:30 that night. So put that date on your calendar. And of course, it'll be broadcast here on yourliveevent.com if you can't, but it's going to be a good party out here for a good cause. So put it on your calendar.
During that time, Nick Eggman did go out and talk to his team, so that'll count as a visit to the mound. Jarbeck's going to stay in the game. Hankinson does have the opportunity to courtesy run for their pitcher, but Jarbeck chooses to stay in the ball game. Brings up Jax Hernandez. Like I said, he started at catcher, and now he's playing over at shortstop. He's 0 for 1 with a ground out. Fouls the first pitch away, and it's no balls and 1 strike. 52 pitches now for Grunwald. Tyler set down the first 6 men he faced. And here's a pitch, swinging a little pop-up over third base. That's going to fall down for a base hit. And Coach Nelson holds up his runner at third. That'll load the bases. Little base hit out in the left field. Loads them up for their cleanup hitter, Griffin Bowl. Bowl struck out his first time back in the second inning. 8-2 lead. 2 runs, 2 hits, 1 error for Hankinson. The Vikings with 8 runs, 7 hits, and no errors. Here's a pitch from Grunwald, fouled back to the screens. No balls and 1 strike.
Yeah, it looks good here this evening, but I'm seeing some severe weather, some thunderstorms just north of us going through Fargo area and out to Lakes Country, but skies are clear here.
Here's the 0-1 delivery. Swing and a miss, strike two. We will have that game on June 19th on yourliveevent.com for that Poly Row benefit, so come out, participate in the benefit, watch some baseball. Here's the 0-2 delivery, fouled away. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes to Griffin Bull. Bases are loaded. 2 down. Here's the 0-2 delivery. Tyler Grunwald kicks and fires, swing and a miss, strike 3. Strikeout number 6 for Grunwald. Third out of the inning. Hankinson does some damage to come up with a couple of runs. On a couple of hits, they do leave the bases loaded to end the top of the third inning. 8-2 lead for the Vikings are coming to bat on yourliveevent.com.
Meet Blake, the messiest 4-year-old on the planet. He's no ordinary durability tester. Meet SmartStrand, no ordinary carpet. With all pet protection, it's the softest, most durable, easiest to clean carpet on the planet. When Blake's barn got a comfy makeover, SmartStrand came clean, even went up against a 2-ton rhino. Made to withstand all walks of life. Ask for SmartStrand, rhino tested, rhino approved.
Available at Carpet World, carpetworldfargo.com.
Buying, selling, or leasing commercial real estate or farmland in the Fargo-Moorhead and surrounding area? From office to retail, industrial to multifamily, commercial land to farmland. As the #1 commercial, sales, and leasing brokerage in the FM region, Goldmark Commercial has the experience and skills to handle all of your commercial real estate and farmland needs with the highest levels of customer service and marketing around. Trust the experts at Goldmark Commercial Real Estate to lead your team to success.
And we're back. Head to the bottom of the third inning. Kindred Vikings will send up the 8, 9, and 1 hitters. T. Girdman, Cade Westby, and Brady Baumgarten. Austin Jarbeck is on the mound still for the Hankinson Hurricanes. T. Girdman, to lead it off, he drew a walk and came around to score back in the second inning when the Vikings sent 10 men to the plate. 8-2 lead. And here's T. Girdman. Austin Jarbeck, where's number 41? Got hit with a pitch kind of in the wrist area. Looked like it hit his left hand. Can be detrimental to a pitcher if you get your right hand hit, your finger area. Here's a pitch to Erdman, swung and fouled at the plate. No balls and 1 strike. Here's the 0-1 delivery from Jarbeck. He gets his sign, pitches out of the stretch. Fastball, swing and a miss by Erdman. No balls and 2 strikes. Jarbeck has only thrown 12 pitches. He came in relief of Trevor Furch. Furch moved over to third base. Jax Hernandez out to shortstop. Swing and a miss by Erdman. He goes down on strikes. They'll have to throw it down to first base. It's wild, but the first baseman Bull is able to recover and record the out. So there's a strikeout, 2-3 on the put out, and there's 1 away.
Number 12, second baseman, Cade Westby.
That does end the line on the starting pitcher, Trevor Furch. He goes 1 inning, allows 5 hits, 7 runs, 6 of them are earned, walks 3, and no strikeouts. Jarbeck gets himself a new baseball. Cade Westby steps to the plate. He singled his first time up. Later came around to score, takes strike 1. And here's the 0-1 delivery in the dirt. 1 ball and 1 strike. Josh Michelson, the home plate umpire. Out on the base pass is Landon Peel. Appreciate the umpires being out here. Here's a 1-1 delivery. Swinging a line drive, base hit, left field. Westby's got his second hit of the ball game.
He has a solid single left. Brings us to the top of the order, number 10, center fielder.
Back to the top of the order. Speaking of people with 2 hits, Brady Baumgarten had himself a leadoff double in the first and a leadoff single in the second. Both times he came around to score. On the single, he drove in a run as well. So 2 at-bats, 2 runs scored, 2 hits, 1 RBI. Threw in a stolen base as well.
Mr. Michelson is also a history teacher to many of these Kindred boys.
Here's a pitch to Baumgarten. He's got his 3rd hit of the ball game, laced into left field. Runners on first and second with 1 out.
Baumgarten 3 for 3 with a single.
Brock Johnson steps to the plate. He's walked twice. Walked twice, and on the second one in the second inning, the bases were loaded, so he gets himself an RBI, and he's come across a score both times after drawing a walk. He's also stolen 2 bases. Takes ball 1. 1 out, 2 on. And here's a 1-0 delivery in the dirt. 2 balls and no strikes. Your Goldmark in-game update. 2 runs on 2 hits and 1 error for Hankinson. They scored their 2 runs in the top of the 3rd. And 8 runs, 9 hits for the Vikings. Swinging a foul back to the screen. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. And here's a 2-1 delivery. Breaking ball in the dirt, blocked nicely by the catcher Hentz. It's a 3 ball and 1 strike count. And here's a 3-1 delivery. Breaking ball. Misses down low, and Brock Johnson draws his 3rd walk of the ball game. And that loads up the bases. Baumgarten moves down to second base. Westby up to third base. And we'll have a coaching visit from the head coach, Zach Nelson. He'll head out to the mound and talk to his relief pitcher. Beautiful night for a ball game. Coach Nick Eggman coaching down at third base. Coach Matt Pearson coaching down at first base.
Remind everybody to take this moment to remind everybody that the Davenport Festival going on this weekend in Davenport. If you're looking for things to do, that might be something that interests you. They've got a pancake feed, fire hall Saturday at 7 a.m., and then a rummage sale. Who doesn't like a good garage sale, right? And the parade begins at 10. Well, they're going to line up at 10:30. Parade's at 11. Food vendors, car show, face painting. Get your face painted. And some tag games, bubbles and brews. Check it out. Davenport Festival this weekend.
Sounds like a brilliant time. Up steps Fisher Johnson. Had a sacrifice fly. Back in the first. Here's a ground ball, base hit into right field. That's another RBI for Fisher Johnson. He's got his 3rd run batted in on a ground ball base hit into right field. He got his other RBI and a ground out. Westby comes across to score. Baumgarten moves up to 3rd. Brock Johnson up to second base. And Fisher Johnson with an RBI single makes it 9-2 in favor of the Vikings. Luke Starcevic steps to the plate. He's 1 for 2 with a ground out. That scored a run. And then he had an RBI single in the second inning and later came around to score. So 1 for 2 with 2 runs batted in. Here's a 1-0 delivery. Off speed, hit high in the air to deep left field. This ball's trouble. Way back, and it's off the fence. Just misses a grand slam. Just missed that grand slam, but it will clear the bases, and Starcevic has himself a bases-clearing 3-run double to make it 12-2. Booming double. Baumgarten scores. Brock Johnson scores. Fisher Johnson scores. Just missed a grand slam. 5 runs batted in by Starcevic now. Man, I would say that was wind aided, but it was not. Starcevic hit that ball a ton. Swing and a miss by Grunwald. Just missed a grand slam, I would say, by about a foot or two. Hit towards the top of the fence. Out in deep left. The 0-1 is over to Tyler Grunwald, the pitcher. He's 1 for 2 with a hard single to left field, and he reached on the fielder's choice back in the second. And the pitch outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. 11 hits now for the Vikings. And here's a 1-2 down low in the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The runners kind of had to freeze. They weren't sure if it was going to be gone, if it was going to be caught. But they all did their good share of base running and scored 3 runs on that double. Here's a pop up to the shortstop, Jax Hernandez. He makes a catch, and there's 2 away.
Second out, brings up number 4, catcher.
Second out of the inning, Graham Hess steps to the plate. He's flied out to center field, and he's flied out to left field. So he's 0 for 2, 8th man to bat in the bottom of the 3rd inning. 12-2 lead for the Vikings. And the pitch off speed is away. Ball 1. Starcevic is going to be able to meander down to third base after the ball got away from the catcher Hentz. So it'll go as a wild pitch. Starcevic moves up to third. And here's a pitch from Jarbeck. It's up. 2 balls and no strikes. Jeremy Knight is on deck. Should Hess reach. And here's a 2-0, swinging a high pop fly in the infield. Furch, the third baseman, bobbles it and is unable to make the catch. And Hess will reach on the error by the third baseman. Starcevic does score on the play to make it 13-2. So an error on the third baseman. It looked like it might have hit off his face area.
Yeah, I was thinking it was his shoulder. Just kind of missed his glove.
Yeah.
Like his little collarbone area.
Jackson Schliemann, number 21, will come on to courtesy run for the catcher, Graham Hess. So no RBI for Hess. He's 0 for 3. He reaches on the error. And the pitch to left-handed hitting Jeremy Knight is taken for called strike 1. Knight is 1 for 2. He singled to lead off the bottom of the second, and then he ended the second inning on a ground out. So he's 1 for 2. Takes the next pitch over for strike 2 as well. So 2 strikes, the count to Jeremy Knight. And the pitch. Fastball is in. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Mike Bernier along with Wendy Bernier bringing you baseball on yourliveevent.com.
Good evening.
And the pitch off speed is outside in the dirt. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 38 pitches now for Jarbeck. And here's a 2-2 delivery. Off speed, swinging a ground ball foul. Hey, Coach Matt Pearson with the play, gets the ball back out to the pitcher. It's always a debate whether or not you go after those ground balls. Swinging a foul tip at the plate. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Vikings got 2 runs in the first, 6 in the second, and now 5 here in the third. And here's a 2-2 delivery. Swing and a foul ball at the plate once again. Jackson Schliemann gets his lead over at first base. And here's a 2-2 fastball, swinging a foul once again. Into the evergreens towards Gilbertson Park once again.
If the kids track that down, they can, there's a little guy running after it. Yeah, but if he tracks that down, he can take it to the concession stand and get a little piece of Laffy Taffy.
And here's a 2-2 off speed, swinging a foul at the plate again. Tough at bat here for Jeremy Knight. Left-handed hitter. T. Girdman awaits on deck. And here's a 2-2 off speed, laced into right center field. That's a base hit for Knight. Schliemann will stop at second base.
Next single to center. Schliemann to second.
Knight picks up his second hit of the ball game.
Teague Erdman.
And that'll bring up Teague Erdman. Erdman is 0 for 1 officially. He walked back in the second, came around to score, and he struck out in the third. He struck out to start this inning. And the pitch off speed is low and outside. 1 ball and no strikes. So Teague, a little pressure on him here. You never want to make 2 outs in an inning. Here's a 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball is outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Teague's got a little pop in his bat. He can hit the ball hard. And this ball is fouled up the first base line, and it does dribble foul. Kind of a check swing by Erdman. It goes foul. 2 balls and 1 strike. Two balls, 1 strike. Jarbeck, the right-hander, kicks and fires. Over for strike 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 48 pitches now for Jarbeck. And here's a 2-2. Swing and a line drive into center field. Down for a base hit, and it gets by the center fielder. And it's going to roll all the way out there. 2 runs are going to come across to score. So it's an RBI single for Erdman. The second run will score on an error. So just 1 run batted in as Schliemann comes across to score. That'll be the RBI. Jeremy Knight comes all the way around to score from first base. It's an RBI single for Erdman. And he reaches second base on the error by the center fielder.
Now he's going to third. A wild pitch.
Wild pitch to the next batter, Cade Westby. Westby has himself a pair of hits on the ball game. He's 2 for 2 with 2 runs scored. (15-2) lead now for the Vikings. And here's a pitch, foul ball. Back over the screen, back onto the roof. 1 ball and 1 strike. Cade Westby, the batter. And here's a 1-1 delivery. Off speed, in the dirt, and blocked by the home plate umpire. Will not score a run. Teague Erdman is over at third base. There is 2 outs. So here's a 2-1 delivery from Jarbeck. Fastball swinging a high pop fly. It's going to reach the roof. Loudly.
I couldn't show it to everybody, but we could hear it, I think.
2 balls and 2 strikes account to number 12, Cade Westby.
And if anybody is looking to watch more baseball coming up on yourliveevent.com, starting with on the 18th. There's some Legion baseball the 18th, the 20th, 24th.
Here's a foul ball over towards the third base dugout, and it's going to land in foul territory.
You can find that schedule at yourliveevent.com, all the games that we have coming up.
Here's a 2-2 delivery. Off speed, swing and a high pop fly into shallow center field, and the shortstop, Jax Hernandez, goes out there and makes a nice catch to end the half inning. The pop up to the shortstop, so that does end the inning. The Vikings do send 11 men to the plate and score 7 runs in the bottom of the third inning and take a 15-2 lead on yourliveevent.com.
For any accounting needs you may have, Todd, our world certified public accountant, has you covered. From income tax planning, preparation, and consulting for individuals and businesses. Todd Wold CPA would like to wish the best to the teams competing and thank the coaches and players for their hard work and dedication throughout the season on and off the field, as anything can happen every night at the Diamond. For more information, go online to wold-cpa.com. That's wold-cpa.com.
At Green Earth Landscaping, quality is what they strive for, no matter the project. From putting in an automatic lawn sprinkler system to making a new or revamping an existing fire pit or patio. From tree care, pruning to growing annual flowers, Green Earth Landscaping can answer your questions. Green Earth Landscaping, covering the Fargo-Moorhead area and beyond. For more information, go online to greenearthnd.com. That's greenearthnd.com.
Check out the YourLiveEvent.com free stage powered by Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Inc. at the Red River Valley Fair with a full lineup of great performers and shows each day. You'll enjoy live entertainment from Quick 56, Ashley Weiland, Slamabama, and more. The Red River Valley Fair is 3 weekends from June 28th through the 30th, July 4th through the 7th, and July 11th through the 14th. For entertainment schedules and more information on the YourLiveEvent.com free stage, check out RedRiverValleyFair.com. That's RedRiverValleyFair.com.
And we're back. Tyson Grunwald on the mound for the Vikings. Kicks and fires. Fastball inside. Ball one. Hankinson Hurricanes come to the plate. They'll send their 5, 6, and 7 hitters to the plate. Tyson Falk leads it off. He's playing in center field now. He's 0 for 1. He grounded out to shortstop. Next pitch is fouled off. 1 ball and 1 strike. At the conclusion of this game, we will have the Todd Wold CPA post-game show. Nick Eggman said he'd come up and join us for that post-game show. Here's a 1-1 delivery from Grunwald. Fastball down low. 2 balls and 1 strike. And here's a 2-1. Fastball over, strike 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 61 pitches now thrown by the starter, Tyler Grunwald. And here's a delivery. Fastball is in. 3 balls and 2 strikes. 2 runs, 2 hits, 2 errors for the Hankinson Hurricanes. Vikings, 15 runs, 13 hits, no errors. And the pitch down low. And Falk will draw the walk. It does get away from Graham Hess, but not enough room there for Falk to advance down to second base. Gunnar Blado steps to the plate. He's the extra hitter in tonight's lineup. He struck out his first time up. 6 strikeouts for Grunwald so far. Here's a pitch. Fastball is over. Strike 1. And here's the 0-1 delivery. It gets away from Graham Hess. The ball wasn't in the dirt, so Falk will move up to second base. See what the official ruling is here. Wild pitch. A wild pitch is, of course, on the pitcher. If the catcher should have had it, it gets ruled as a pass ball. So the official scoring, Paul Cousin called it a wild pitch. Next pitch misses outside. 2 balls and 1 strike to Gunnar Blado. So far, Tyler Grunwald has thrown 3 innings, allowed 2 hits, 2 runs. None of those runs are earned. He's walked 2 and struck out the 6. Count rolls along at 3-1 now. Camden Spinks waits on deck. Here's a 3-1. Fastball swung on and missed. Strike 2. Runner on first. Nobody out. Top of the 4th inning, Hankinson Hurricanes batting. And here's a 3-2 delivery. Fastball swinging a little dribbler up the first base line. Starcevic has it. He'll take it himself with a 3 unassisted putout. And there's 1 down. Falk does move up to third base.
Third, and brings up number 00, left fielder.
Number 00. Camden Spinks steps up. He's a left fielder in the ball game. He walked back in the third and stole a base and later came around to score. (15-2) lead for the Kindred Vikings. Grunwald trying to strand that runner over on third base. And the pitch, fastball, and it's bunted. It's going to more of like a safety bunt. Throw down to first base is not in time. The throw took him off the base, and that's going to score a run. Falk comes across to score. So I think we're going to... It's going to be an error, a throwing error. A good throw would have had him down the first base line. I believe that was Teague Erdman that threw that baseball from the third base position, I believe. But either way, it will be an error as Camden Spinks grounds it down the first base line. He'll get credit for a run batted in. It was like a safety squeeze. Falk comes across the score to make it 15-3. The next batter, Trevor Furch, steps up. He's got himself a 1-1 count. He struck out looking back in the third. So he's 0 for 1. First error of the ball game for the Vikings. Fastball swung on and missed. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 73 pitches now for Tyler Grunwald. And the pitch. And it hit him. Second time he's hit a batter. Puts runners at first and second base. Furch goes over to first base. Spinks moves up to second base. And that brings up number 13, Alex Jean. Alex Jean actually struck out his first at-bat, but reached first base on the pass ball. Stole a base and later came around to score. 15-3 lead for the Vikings. Here's a pitch from Grunwald. Fastball over, strike 1. Damian Mauk awaits on deck. Runners in first and second. 1 out. 0-1 count. Fastball in. 1 ball and 1 strike. Grunwald pitching out of the stretch. Kicks and fires. Fastball is swung on and missed. Strike 2. 77 pitches now for Tyler. Here's the next pitch, over for strike 3. Called strike 3 at the plate. And Jean goes down on strikes for the second time in tonight's ball game. 7 strikeouts now for Grunwald, and there's 2 away. And that brings up Damian Mauk. He grounded out to shortstop his first time up. He did plate a run on that, so he does get credit for a run batted in. Takes ball 1 outside. 1 ball and no strikes. 15-3 lead for the Vikings. Here's a 1-0 pitch. Fastball swinging a foul back to the screen. 1 ball and 1 strike. I'd like to thank all of our sponsors for bringing you baseball and yourliveevent.com. Here's a 1-1 swing and a miss at a very, very high fastball. And the count rolls along now at 1 ball and 2 strikes. And here's a pitch. That one's up. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Grunwald trying to minimize the damage here in the top of the 4th. And the pitch. Fastball is inside. Now it's a full count, so we'll have a little bit of a merry-go-round here as the runners have a full count and 2 outs, so they'll be off on the pitch. And there they go. Here's the 3-2 right down the middle. And Mauk goes down on strikes. 8 strikeouts now for Tyler Grunwald. Hankinson does come up with a run. And the Vikings lead it. They're coming to bat. They lead it by a score of 15-3 on yourliveevent.com.
Homegrown Local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Meet Blake, the messiest 4-year-old on the planet. He's no ordinary durability tester. Meet SmartStrand, no ordinary carpet. With all pet protection, it's the softest, most durable, easiest to clean carpet on the planet. When Blake's barn got a comfy makeover, SmartStrand came clean, even went up against a 2-ton rhino. Made to withstand all walks of life. Ask for SmartStrand, rhino tested, rhino approved.
Available at Carpet World, carpetworldfargo.com.
Yeah, it looks like we got ourselves a pitching change. Jax Hernandez will come on to pitch for Austin Jarabek. Jarabek moves back over to his original starting position over at short. So Jax Hernandez comes on to pitch. That'll end the line on Austin Jarabek. He goes 2 innings, allows 7 hits, 8 runs allowed. Only 4 of those were earned. He walked 1 and struck out 1. Trevor Furch started the ball game. Again, he pitched 1 inning, allowed 5 hits, 7 runs, 6 earned, walked 3. Tyler Grunwald on the mound for the Kindred Vikings. He's gone the distance so far, he's thrown 4 innings, allowed 2 hits, allowed 3 runs, but none of those runs have been earned. He's walked 2 and struck out 8. Vikings lead it by a score of 15-3. Mike Bernier along with Wendy Bernier bringing you Kindred Vikings baseball, or Babe Ruth baseball, on yourliveevent.com.
Good evening.
Jack Savageau is going to get himself a plate appearance. He comes in to pinch hit for Brady Baumgarten. Jack Savageau steps to the plate. Jack played in our ball games last night, hits a ground ball out to second base through the wickets of the second baseman, and Jack Savageau is aboard and reaches on the air by the second baseman. Jack Savageau had a nice ball game last night, pitched a couple of innings for us, played a solid center field, had a couple of hits, led to the wins in the 14-15U Babe Ruth game for the blue team. So he's aboard after the error. Third error now for the Hankinson Hurricanes. Brock Johnson steps to the plate. He has yet to put a ball in play, but he scored 3 runs. He's walked 3 times, stole a couple of bases, and scored all 3 times after he's drawn the walk. Takes 0-1 here, and the pitch from Hernandez hit him. So Brock Johnson is hit by the pitch. Jack Savageau moves up to second base. And this will bring up Carter Grunwald as Carter gets an plate appearance. Fisher Johnson leaves after going 1 for 2 with a single and 3 runs batted in. Here's a ground ball over to second. He's got it on over to first base in time for the out. That's Joa Jarabek is the second baseman. So a ground out, 4-3 is a put out, 1 away. Savageau moves up to third base. Brock Johnson up to second. 1 down. Jax Hernandez, a right-handed pitcher on the mound, brings up Luke Starcevic. Just missed a grand slam in his last at-bat. Hit one off towards the top of the fence out in deep left. Drove in 3 runs with his double. Takes ball 1 here. And now ball 2, blocked nicely by the catcher Hentz. Starcevic is 2 for 3, grounded out in the first. That scored a run for his first RBI. Had an RBI single down the left field line, later came around to score, then hit that booming 3-run double. So he's driven in 5 runs on the night. Next pitch is up. It's 3 balls and no strikes. I'm guessing he's going to get a green light here. Here's a 3-0 pitch in there for strike 1. So he's driven in 5 runs in the ball game, and he's got an opportunity on a hitter's count to drive in a couple of more. And here's a pitch. Fastball outside, and he walked him. That'll bring up Tyler Grunwald. (15-3) lead for the Vikings. And here's a pitch. Fastball over, strike one. Tyler is 1 for 3. Hard hit single back in the first. He reached on a fielder's choice and he popped up. Here's the 0-1 delivery. Swinging a line drive into shallow center field. Center fielder's got it. They're going to try to score him. And the play at the plate is in time. The umpire wanted to make sure that he caught the baseball, and Jack Savageau was gunned down at the plate on an 8-6-2 putout. So it's a double play, fly out to center field for the second out, and then an 8-6-2 double play. Gun Savageau down at the plate, so the Vikings come up short. No run scored that inning, but they still lead it by a score of 15-3 on yourliveevent.com.
Buying, selling, or leasing commercial real estate or farmland in the Fargo-Moorhead and surrounding area? From office to retail, industrial to multifamily, commercial land to farmland. As the #1 commercial, sales, and leasing brokerage in the FM region, Goldmark Commercial has the experience and skills to handle all of your commercial real estate and farmland needs with the highest levels of customer service and marketing around. Trust the experts at Goldmark Commercial Real Estate to lead your team to success.
Green Earth Landscaping offers a full range of services including commercial and residential landscape design and installation, maintenance, sprinkler services, and snow removal for the winter season. From outdoor kitchens to patios, retaining walls, lighting, and anything in between, Green Earth Landscaping has you covered, servicing the Fargo-Moorhead area and beyond. For more information, go online to greenearthnd.com. That's greenearthnd.com.
Make your stop before or after the game at the Knickerbocker in Hankinson, North Dakota. Stop out throughout the week for mouth-watering lunch specials weekdays and mark Friday nights down on the calendar for prime rib, ribeye steak, or some walleye at the Knickerbocker. For more information or to find out about daily specials, give the Knickerbocker a like on Facebook by searching the Knickerbocker. Great food and good people. You can find it all at the Knickerbocker in Hankinson, North Dakota.
And we got ourselves a new pitcher for the Kindred Vikings. Eli Mack, the lefty, comes on to pitch in relief of the starter Tyler Grunwald.
Over at shortstop will be number 3, Carter Grunwald.
Graham Hess stays in the ball game. He'll be his catcher. For Grunwald, he does pitch the 4 innings, again giving up the 2 hits, allowing 3 runs, none earned, struck out 2 and walked 2 and struck out 8 batters on the night. Carter Grunwald stays in the ball game. He pinch hit for Fisher Johnson, so Carter Grunwald will stay at shortstop. So Carter stays at short in the 3-hole. Jack Savageau does remain in the ball game. He pitch hit for the center fielder Brady Baumgarten. He stays in center field. First pitch from Eli Mack is a ball. Back to the top of the order for the Hankinson Hurricanes. Cade Hintz, the catcher, followed by Jarabek and Hernandez. Swing and a miss. It's 1 ball and 1 strike to Cade Hintz. Cade Hintz is 1 for 2. He struck out in the first and hit a booming RBI double. This one's tapped at the plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Eli Mack, lefty on the hill. Where's number 24? Mack pitches out of the full windup, kicks, fires, misses away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Three runs, 2 hits, 3 errors for Hankinson. The Vikings, 15 runs, 13 hits, and 1 error. Foul ball at the plate. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. And here's a pitch. Fastball up. Three balls and two strikes. And the pitch from Mack. Fastball high, pop fly, right side of the infield. Starcevic looks to make the play, calls for it, makes a catch. And Eli Mack sends down the first batter that he faces. Pop up to the first baseman, one down. Austin Jarbeck steps to the plate. Started at shortstop, went to pitcher, now he's back at the shortstop position. He's 0 for 1. He grounded out and was hit by a pitch. And the pitch is a fastball up, 1 ball, no strikes. And here's a 1-0 delivery. Fastball is up again, 2 balls and no strikes. Griffin Bowl awaits on deck. And here's a 2-0. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Two and 1 the count. Two balls, 2 strikes. Eli Mack, lefty, kicks and fires. Fastball, swinging a foul at the plate.
Talk about a kid who loves this game. Eli, he's in the dugout for other games that aren't even his, just cheering on his players, always happy to be in the dugout.
Here's a 2-2, swinging a little blooper foul down the first base line. Hankinson Hurricanes in town. This is a doubleheader. There's a non-counter game after this one. Here's a 2-2 pitch, fastball over, strike 3. And Mack records his first strikeout of the ball game. 2 outs. Jax Hernandez steps to the plate. Jax started at the catcher position, then went to shortstop. Now he's the pitcher. He steps to the plate. He's 1 for 2 with a single and a ground out. Takes strike 1. And the lefty kicks and fires. Fastball swung at a miss. Strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes. Eli Mack. And the pitch. Off speed, called, strike 3. And he records his second strikeout of the ball game. And the Hurricanes go down 1-2-3 in the top of the 5th inning. And that's the ball game. So Eli Mack closes it out. That game will end on the 10-run rule, a 15-3 victory for the Kindred Vikings. And we'll be back with your Todd Wold CPA post-game show after this.
For any accounting needs you may have, Todd R. World Certified Public Accountant has you covered. From income tax planning, preparation, and consulting for individuals and businesses. Todd Wold CPA would like to wish the best to the teams competing and thank the coaches and players for their hard work and dedication throughout the season on and off the field, as anything can happen every night at the Diamond. For more information, go online to wold-cpa.com. That's wold-cpa.com.
And we're back on the Todd Wold CPA post-game show. The Kindred Vikings win this one by a score of 15-3 on the 10-run rule. They go 5 innings complete. On the mound for the Kindred Vikings, Tyler Grunwald picks up that win. He goes at 4 innings, allows it 2 hits, 3 runs. None of them earned, walks 2 and strikes out 8. Eli Mack does close it out, pitches the 1 inning. And he sends the Hurricanes down 1-2-3 in the top of the 5th inning. He strikes out 2 batters. For the Vikings at the plate, Very solid performance out of Brady Baumgarten. He goes 3 for 3 with 3 runs scored and a run batted in. Hit the ball hard each time he was up. Brock Johnson came to the plate 4 times and never got a ball in play. He walked 3 times. It was hit by a pitch, and he came around to score 3 times in the ball game. Fisher Johnson was 1 for 3 with a run scored and 2 runs batted in. Luke Starcevic had a nice night at the plate as well. 2 for 3 with 2 runs scored and 5 runs batted in including that 3-run double. Tyler Grunwald 1 for 4 at the plate with a RBI. And Jeremy Knight also added 2 hits. He was 2 for 3 with 2 runs scored, and T. Girdman added a single and a run scored, and Kate Westby had 2 hits with 2 runs scored.
Yeah, we want to take a moment before we wrap up too to remind everybody to come out, save the date, and come out to the ball game on Wednesday, June 19th. Here in Kindred, it's the Poly Row benefit starting at 5 o'clock. They're going to have a pulled pork dinner, kids inflatable games, a dunk tank. I'm sure there's a lot more planned. Stay tuned. And then at 5:30, Post 400 will be out here. So Kindred will host Post 400 for some Legion baseball starting at 5:30. So it's going to be a great party out here in Kindred. So mark the date. If you can't be out here, we'll be broadcasting the game as well on yourliveevent.com. But it's Wednesday, June 19th for the Poly Row benefit.
Outstanding. So again, the Kindred Vikings win this one by a score of 15-3. For the Hankinson Hurricanes, Trevor Furch, the starting pitcher, will take the loss. He went an inning worth of work and allowed the 5 hits, 7 runs, 6 of them earned, walked 3. Austin Jarbeck pitched 3 innings, allowed 7 hits, and gave up 8 runs, and 4 of them earned, walked 2 and struck out 1. Actually, I believe he only threw 2 innings, and then Jax Hernandez came in to pitch that one last inning. For them at the plate, Cade Hintz had a nice RBI double. He was 1 for 3 on the night. Jax Hernandez added a single in the ball game, and that rounds out the pair of hits that the Hankinson Hurricanes accumulated. And again, they dropped this one by a score of 15-3 to close out this ball game on your Todd Wold CPA post-game show. So we'll take a quick break, and we'll be back on yourliveevent.com.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
And we're back on the Todd Wold CPA post-game show.
For any accounting requisitions from income tax planning, preparation, and consulting for individuals or businesses, go online to wold-cpa.com.
Kindred Vikings win this one by a score of 15-3. This is the first game of a doubleheader. We will not broadcast the second game of this doubleheader. It will be a non-counter game in a 5-inning affair in the second ball game. But again, the Kindred Vikings win this one by a score of 15-3. Tyler Grunwald picks up the win for the Vikings, and the Vikings improve to 2-0 on the season. And a lot of baseball. We're still young in this baseball season. We got a lot of American Legion baseball games coming up, and we have a lot of baseball.
Yep, you can find that whole schedule, that broadcast schedule, at yourliveevent.com as well.
And I'm Mike Bernier for Wendy Bernier. We'll end this broadcast, and it's been great having you for this Babe Ruth matchup. Kindred Vikings win it by a score of 15-3 on yourliveevent.com.